you actually shared your first race car. You
Yeah.
didn't both have one. You shared the car. What was that like? I mean, did you enjoy that?
No, not at all.
But a guy gets starting to win 75, 50, 75% of the time he comes out. Now all of a sudden there's a lot of people in the pits that don't like that guy.
Yeah. They keep yelling cheater.
He's cheating.
Winning. If you're winning, you're cheating.
Nobody can win.
Little Bobby will bounce back. He'll be all right.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. Before you know it, Wes will be laying on the front stretch at Charlotte with him again, helping him hug the trophy. So all will be well in the Bobby Pierce world. You guys tell me, how many times does somebody beat the truck fair and square? I'm not talking about breaking or anything like that. How many times do you get beat in that truck at Thunder Mountain this year?
0.
And man, Wes, you're up high tonight all of a sudden. I mean, I'm used to seeing.
I changed the view up a little bit.
You catching me all off guard. You keep moving forward. You're gonna be back there at the piano before long. I'm used to barely just being able to see your head down there, so you kind of caught me off guard.
I changed it up a little bit.
Were you on a stool out? You got a stool in the mansion? Or
I moved my camera up a little bit.
Oh, he changed the camera angle on us. Yeah. I got you. Well, this is Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live, presented by Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. This is the Wilson Plumbing Studio. You can call the Absolute Seamless Gutters hotline. That number is 859-412-1287. We'll try to get to some of your phone calls here this evening. But, man, I tell you what, we really do appreciate all the people that help us out here, have all year long on the podcast, our sponsors. And, we've got some really good sponsors and just it's a pleasure to have them on board with us, and we consider them all friends, so that's even better.
Absolutely. We're so thankful for each and every one of them and all that they do to help us throughout the season and get up and down the road to all these racing events that we attend each and every weekend.
Yeah, and they're all just really good folks, and they'll take care of you. So if you have an opportunity, be sure to use them. Let them know Dirt Racing on the Bluegrass sent you. So we'd appreciate it if you did. So man, I tell you what, it was a soggy weekend here in the Bluegrass State this past weekend, and honestly was just very disappointing because I thought went to bed on Friday night. The weather looked great. I'm like, it's going to be a great day of racing on Saturday. And the weather quickly changed on us, and it turned for the worse. Richmond had to cancel the Butterball, and I tell you what, they made a really good choice by canceling the Butterball because, man, about 5 o'clock or maybe a little earlier, it was around that time, though, it started absolutely, it came a flood here in Richmond. That's where I live, so I know firsthand. It definitely we would have got everybody there excited about the Butterball, and it'd have been a mess trying to get everybody back out of those pits. So definitely a good call by them, but it just sucked, man. It's like, where'd that come from?
I know it. I was really sad to see the weather, and like you said, they made a good decision to cancel when they did, but golly, I was really looking forward to that race, and we'd had the good show, the preview show for it, and all the excitement all week, and then Mother Nature had different plans. So hate that they had to cancel, but it will be made up, I think, October the 12th. So really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of, and it's tough too. I was thinking about this as they posted the cancellation or that they were going to reschedule, and they said it would be to be announced. I was like, man, it made me kind of realize how hard it is right now, because I thought I don't envy them at all trying to find a suitable makeup date for that race. Because it's one of those things. You can't just throw it on the schedule anywhere, because it's like every weekend, man, there's just so much going on. There's just so many races going on, and it's like I don't know. That's about the only weekend they had there. It seemed like was
Yeah.
on October 12th, but glad they're going to be able to make it up because man, I was thinking, because it's a tough thing when you think about the money they're going to be paying out there and all that stuff. So you got to make sure you can find a date that's gonna work and going to work out well for everybody involved. So yeah, can't wait for October 12th. It'll be a little bit later in the year than normal, but it'll be a good butterball, I'm sure.
Yeah, it sure will.
Well, since it was a soggy weekend, I know Thunder Mountain they tried to run there too. Got a lot of their program in, started into the features, and they ended up getting rained out. But hats off to them for trying. They almost made it.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of ways that's probably a promoter's worst nightmare. It's one of those things, man. Like because when you really break things down, there's so few dates in the race season. I mean, really overall. I mean, you got about 6 months out of the year total that's racing season and you're not able to run all those weekends. So you want to run every chance you get, but it's almost a promoter's worst nightmare to get there, and then unfortunately it rains out.
Yeah.
But so it's good to see them try. I wish they could have got it in. I'm sure they hated that as much as anybody, but at least they gave it a shot for everybody with the racing itch this past Saturday.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's tough sometimes when you're fighting with the weather.
Yeah, it is. Well, we've got a few people on here tonight. I know we're competing with the Flow Racing. Wes made me aware of this before as we got on here. I didn't have a clue, but I guess Flow Racing is at where'd you say Lernerville?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just trying to compete against the big boys here tonight.
Right.
We're just going up against them. Didn't really mean to or think about it, but. Share this with your friends. Let them know we're on here. Let's try to get as many people as we can. We're going to have, I believe, we're going to have Cameron Marlar on here with us in just a little bit and talk to him about the big event coming up this weekend at Lake Cumberland Speedway with the Harold Hardgrove Memorial Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. So. I know that's got to be one that he's excited about for some of those big names coming in there, and he's been really good this year. And I imagine he would love to stick it to those guys coming into Lake Cumberland this weekend. So we'll get to talk to him here in just a little bit. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I know. Talking to him, he was chomping at the bit. Really looking forward to the Butterball at Richmond, and he hated to see that one get rained out because he has.
Oh, yeah.
He's been running really good this season, and he had a good little stretch there. Around Richmond for last weekend's big race, and then another big weekend two-night show at Lake Cumberland Speedway this coming weekend. So I know he was really licking his chops and ready for those back-to-back weekends. But
I bet.
Anyway, Mother Nature had other plans, so fingers crossed that we have beautiful weather this weekend and 2 great nights of racing.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm with you. That would be awesome. I do believe we've got him. Looks like almost down here in the back. He's in the lineup shoot, man. He's almost ready to go back there. So look forward to talking to him here in just a minute. We've had Mike on with us here on the show. We've had Skylar on here with us. And now with Cameron, we've talked about going there soon and doing like a little road trip type show and having all those Marlars on at the same time. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So we'll just get to them all, man, if we can, because really enjoy talking to them, and they're a big part of our sport. All of them are around here, even though they're from Tennessee. They might as well be from Kentucky. We're gonna claim them anyway. So.
Oh yeah. We've done made that debate. We'll claim them. They're close there in Winfield. So.
Well, let's do something real quick, Wes. I said last week we're going to try to talk about something off topic every week, something not related to racing. I said I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I tell you what, I noticed last week we talked about something that was completely unrelated to racing. Remember, I gave a list of unpopular opinions, and I was kind of surprised. That topic, that discussion got more comments from viewers than anything else we talked about all night. So maybe we're on to something here, man. Maybe some of these people do want to talk about something a little bit other than racing. So Sarah said something to me the other day, got me thinking. I don't even remember what we was talking about, to be honest with you. But she said, and I've heard this my whole life. You probably have too. She said, you can do anything you set your mind to.
Right. Absolutely.
And I thought, is that a true statement? I mean, is that an absolutely, Wes? Think about it. Is it true that I can, or anyone, you guys tell me what you think. We ain't got many people on here, man. We're going to get some more people on this show. But you all who are listening to us, tell me what you think. Is it true that you can do anything you set your mind to? I'll give you an example. Let's think about this. We could do this this could even been bath time with Wes.
It could have.
Okay.
It could have.
I weighed 127 pounds when I graduated high school.
Soaking wet.
Soaking wet, man. You know, I mean, I weighed 127 pounds. I'm telling you, the wind would have blew me away if it got up to about 60 mile an hour. So I've always loved football, and I mean, love to watch it. But do you think as when I graduated, would it have been possible for me to go to the University of Kentucky and start at linebacker my freshman year?
No.
Then it ain't true that you can do anything you set your mind to. You see what I'm saying?
But we've all heard that, and it's a good thing to I guess put into perspective a lot of times in whatever case it is, because if you don't think you can do it, you're sure not going to be able to do it, whatever it is. But if you set your mind to it, there's still some things that you're not going to be able to do, even though you think you can.
I think it's good to think you can do anything, but I also think it's good to be able to keep things in perspective. And I think, you know, like I look at it like this. So people would say, well, if you really love somebody, you would encourage them. You know, you would tell them, yeah, you can do anything you set your mind to. Well, that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it was, if we'd have been friends, and I didn't know you back then, but if I'd have said, Wes, I'm going to go to the University of Kentucky and I'm going to start at linebacker next year, and you'd have said, you know what, buddy, you go right on, you do it. You would have been setting me up for failure because you knowing that ain't possible. Right. So the other way of looking at it is, sometimes I think you got to just kind of be honest with the people that you love. Sometimes. And say
that tough love and that brutally honest, you know. But like, all right, our good buddy Brian Delperdang said, within reason.
Yeah,
it has to be a reasonable thought,
right?
Not, you're gonna play middle linebacker and I'm gonna play quarterback at the University of Kentucky. It's just let's be honest and reasonable and all those good things.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I mean, I get it, but yeah, it is not. I'm of the belief that that's an unpopular opinion. Another one, we throw it out there that you can do anything you set your mind to. This is not the case. We're not all. Look, it's the same way. I do not need to listen. I don't need to go to Nashville. I do not have a singing career in my future. I can promise you that's the truth. Now, a lot of people may not realize that's not the case for Worldwide West. I mean, I'm telling you right now, Sherry was playing videos on our way to the racetrack one day there at the North-South, and like, man, I'm telling you, Wes could have a future with his voice now, not just with the national anthem. So, but me, if somebody told me, yeah, buddy, you could do it, you go right on up there, buddy, I'd be homeless in a day. It just wouldn't work out. So, anyways, yeah.
But with that being said, a career in a booth with a touring series going across the country, calling and announcing races, you do have a great future in that if you wanted to do that.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think if I wanted to do it.
You're in your element when you're up there in that booth. You shine up there, brother.
See, I think what we really need is, we don't need someone to tell us you can do anything you set your mind to. We need a good friend who can help us see our potential and what that really is. Don't you
Right.
think?
Yeah.
See, that's what I think too. All right, so we settled that. Let's take a quick commercial break. I know Cameron Marlar's got better things to do than sit in his shop and wait on us to get ready for these big shows coming up this weekend. So let's take a commercial break, and then we'll come right back and talk to Cameron Marlar.
Hi, I'm Chris Lowry with Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. From simple service work to full paints, roofing, flooring, and everything in between, we're your one-stop shop for your home maintenance and remodeling needs. Our family has been serving the Richmond area for 3 generations, and we're proud to continue that today. You also voted us the best general contractor in Madison County in 2022. We thank you for that honor. Give us a call for all your construction needs at 859-353-1133.
Welcome back to Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live. This guest segment brought to you by Fast Track Plumbing. This is also our Wayne's Auto Repair Driver of the Week. Better bring him on stage before I get too far here. But both of those things, again, we appreciate everybody, all of our sponsors that help us out here on the podcast, both of those folks. So be sure to let them know Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass sent you, and use those folks every chance you get. Let me take this graphic down. We don't want to cover up Cameron Marlar, the third Marlar to be on Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, good. How are y'all?
We're good.
Good, man. So big weekend ahead for you. Unfortunately, last weekend Mother Nature ruined our plans, but this coming Friday and Saturday night, I'm sure you've got big plans for those 2 days.
Oh, I hope so. I'm just can't wait. Honestly, I look forward to that race every year, and just look forward to racing there, man. It's rained out all summer long. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had to fight the rain and dodge it several times throughout this 2024 racing season, unfortunately. So hopefully everything will cooperate, and we'll have 2 really good nights this weekend.
yeah, for sure. The weather's gonna be good. So I think the high's like 80, the low is 60. So should be good racing weather.
Yeah, you can't beat, man. I'll tell you what, I do mobile detailing, and man, these last couple of days, like, it has been absolutely perfect. I mean, it's like 75. I'm like, my goodness, I don't know if I can go back to the 95-degree stuff and deal with all that. So it's been perfect, unseasonably, I would say. I think that's what the motorsports meteorologist would say if we had him on here. Cool weather this week, so it's been nice. It really has.
Unseasonable, but I think I saw, like, next Tuesday it's supposed to be 96.
Oh man!
So enjoy these upper 70s, low 80s days, because summer's gonna come back with a vengeance before it ends.
Yeah, it will. Of course it will. So, well, I know you were disappointed. Wes said you were disappointed last Saturday when the rain got the butterball. You've been on a roll here this season overall. Won some big events, and I know this is an event overall. I want to talk a little bit about the event there with the Harold Hardgrove Memorial. But as a race car driver, though, you got to be ready, really, really excited about the opportunity that's ahead of you there with the Hunt the Front series coming to Lake Cumberland Speedway. That's your stomping grounds there.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool what they do. They've got a big following, so it's not quite the national event, but it gets some national attention, I guess you'll say.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that. So.
Well, it's a cool deal. I mean, 2 separate shows. Friday night, 5,000 win. Saturday night, 15,000 win. Huge purse, for both nights of racing. So, just going to be a great event to honor, Brandon's dad, Harold, and what all he done for the sport in our area here of dirt late model racing. So, of dirt racing in general. So it'll be a cool deal to honor him this weekend.
Yeah, Brandon, we're pretty good buddies. He looks forward to that one. He puts a lot of work into it. And, that's one, if he don't make a dime on, or if he loses money, he's content. He just likes to honor his dad and put on a good show, and so it means a lot to him.
Yeah, I know that's what he's looking most forward to this weekend. Saturday will be the biggest payout in the history of Lake Cumberland Speedway, and being able to do all that for his dad. He made a post there, I think it was yesterday, just about his dad and what his dad means to him and meant to him, all that good stuff. So if you're friends with him on Facebook, check that out. It's just a really special event for him, and I know that. For you though, coming into this weekend, knowing that Brandon Overton's going to be there, he's the points leader for the Hunt the Front series. Some of those other guys, I know, I saw Ashton Winger. Who's second in points there? Well, I'm missing somebody. Winger's third.
Seawright. Sam Seawright is second.
Yeah, Seawright. So, of course, Joseph Joyner, some of those guys. As a competitor, do you look forward to just the opportunity to have a chance to go in there and beat some of those guys more so than maybe some other events where those guys ain't showing up?
Oh, no, competition's fun. So the more guys that's there, the funner it is. So it's the way I like to do it. So
yeah,
they do have a really strong following, though. I mean, Brandon Overton was in the Final Four last year at Eldora for Lucas, right?
Yeah.
So now he's running a somewhat regional series. So it just shows you how stout they are.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, honestly, to see him commit to the Hunt the Front series this year and run that when he was so close to that Lucas Oil title last year. So it makes it more fun for everybody. I think fans and everyone seeing some guys like that come in to Lake Cumberland Speedway. It's always puts on a good show, and I think we've talked about it for years. I know Brandon has this dream of having even more national stuff coming in there, and he's kind of planning on doing some work. He's talked about grandstands and some other things to try to help make it happen, because they just don't have a lot of seating there, and they're going to have 2 rows, I think, in front of the grandstands for lawn chairs this weekend to try to get just as many people as they possibly can into the racetrack this weekend to watch the show. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. Brandon's really close to getting to have one of them big races. He's did everything he can, so he'll have one before long.
Yeah, I know. I think he talked with Steve Francis some about what kind of upgrades and things he needed to do to get the World of Outlaws there. With seating and doing the work for the pits and that kind of stuff. And he's close. He's right there. Could even be next year. Who knows?
Yeah, could be.
We hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too, man, because I really think, and I'm not just saying, we get accused of being homers a lot on here, especially Wes does. He got called out live on the air being a homer, but
yeah, Devin Moran called me a homer.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, about the north-south, but I think, man, they could put on such a good show there at Lake Cumberland if we ever get the chance. I'm gonna say when we get the chance, not if we ever. When we get the chance to see that, it's gonna be an awesome show, or multiple shows. Who knows? We may have more than one, but it would be really fun to see. I think, because Lake Cumberland's such a good track.
Oh yeah, it'd be really cool to get a 3-race swing. You could do a Ponderosa, Lake Cumberland, Rockcastle, Richmond. Somewhere they could line that up. That'd be pretty cool if they could ever pull that off.
Oh, it would. It sure would. Maybe a Thursday, Friday, Saturday deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do y'all remember the Kentucky Speed Week they used to do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they could get something like that going on again. It'd be pretty neat.
See, I'm on here
happen.
dreaming small. Cameron's like dreaming. Cameron just jumps on here and he's dreaming big, man. He's talking about like, let's line up 3 or 4 days. No, I think that'd be awesome. I mean, man, think about that.
Yeah,
if you could
have
that
have to
swing.
be World Outlaws or Lucas or anything. It could just be
Sure.
5,000s. It'd still be cool.
Yeah. It would be. We actually talked about that a little bit last year. I think we even had
did.
some promoters on board, and maybe all Wes had to do was get it lined up, and it would have went. But I don't know where that. I don't know, man. Where'd we end up with that?
I was this
think
close.
we were close. No,
The
there would be a
scheduling-
lot.
The scheduling wouldn't work out. We had too many other races. I couldn't get it worked out. But we can keep dreaming for sure.
Yeah, we can, and it'd be a lot to line up. But I'm like you; it doesn't have to be any of the National Touring Series. But I do think, and I've talked about this a lot. If you could line that up to have like a little speed weeks, even maybe 3 straight nights of racing, fans would get behind it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that in like that deal with the Ultimate deal, like he's got a really good series.
Yeah,
It pays really well, so I mean, it'd be really neat if he could even pull that off.
yeah, it does. It pays good, and
Yeah.
we talked about it. They run a good show. They had several. Honestly, they had Rockcastle, Thunder Mountain back-to-back nights here already this year. So my thought on it was, if you could get one more night there next year, somewhere like you said, close Rockcastle, somewhere like that, Lake Cumberland, wherever. There's your speed week. You got it. I mean, if you could throw one more and you got 4, it'd be even better. I know Wes would love to have 4 straight days of racing. He's always all about 4 straight days. So.
I'm always. The more
Yeah.
the merrier.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome. I really do. Hopefully, we can see something like that happen before long. Because my thought was, I know we'll never see Battle of the Bluegrass ever again as far as the series goes. That's not going to happen. It's just not possible for it to be what it was before. There's just too many things that are different today. But what if
There's not
you even?
racetracks.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But what if you took that speed weeks and you just called it, and you just had like some even small little mini series points fund in there with it, and called it Battle of the Bluegrass Speed Weeks? I don't know if that's even possible. I don't know what the name and stuff, but that would be even cooler, I think.
I know the 2 guys to go to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You never know. Hey, we might throw our hat in the ring. I don't know though. That'd be a lot of.
Yeah, but it would be awesome
It would be.
if we could see that happen. 3, 4 tracks, get involved. It'd be really nice.
Be a little more responsibility than sitting on here talking about it, though.
Right.
It's easy. It's one of those things. It's easy to talk about. It'd be a whole lot harder to do. So
You were just talking about having big dreams.
I know it's right.
You can
That's
do
all we're
anything
doing.
you set your mind to, little buddy.
Yeah, no, you can't. That's what we just talked about. No, you can't. In perspective, though,
Right.
So
Hey,
It's not
that's
out
in
of the-
perspective. It's not
That
out of our grasp.
it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. I agree with you on that. That might be one of those where that's true. But no, it would be fun. I think you're probably about my age, somewhere close. I imagine somewhere close to us.
9.
How long?
29.
29.
Yep.
You're younger than I am, then, buddy. You. Hang
Skylar.
on.
Hey, Skylar.
Well, maybe Skylar's close.
I just come for to see what Cameron had on his car.
Maybe Skylar's closer to our age then. Shoot, I don't know, man. That's
How old are you, Skylar?
he just made me feel old.
Me, I'm 31.
He's 10 years older.
And no,
I'm calling BS on that. Yeah.
I'm 39.
That's
I'll
what,
be,
that,
I'll be 39 in December, so I thought we was about the same age.
yeah.
That was a mistake. Mikey's 46, 47, 47. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Josh, I like your shirt, bud.
Yeah, man. See,
I told
You
him
know-
to take duct tape and put over at 2 and raise it
Yeah.
up there.
that's what Wes's idea was. I just take a piece of duct tape and cover the 2 up. I said, I don't know. I like Skylar awful good. I don't want to make him mad, so I'll just. At least I'm representing a Marlar anyway.
See you guys.
Yeah, see you, buddy.
Yeah, I don't want to cover his 2 up.
No,
but,
don't cover his 2 up.
Hey, we got a new number this week.
I saw that when you come on there. Check
We
this
dropped
out.
the M.
All right.
okay.
That's my dad's last late model. That's what it looked like.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, that
I thought
57
so, yes.
looks like an old school kind of.
Look at that Raven, CJ Raven race
Oh, yeah.
cars. All
I don't know
right.
if it's backwards or if this camera flips.
No,
No,
it's
it looks
perfect.
good.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's straight. So you're
I
going
saw
with a
that.
throwback.
I saw that in the background. I was like, he's going a little throwback scheme.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, so you saw that first here on Dirt Racing and the Bluegrass Live. That's pretty cool. So you're 29. You probably don't have a lot of personal memories of Harold, then, do you? Because
I probably raced my first year racing in a little front wheel drive. Like I went through a spell where I broke collarbones, and I think I raced with him like 3 times.
yeah,
Then the next year, I got a new car, and I raced the first half of the season. And that's when he passed.
yeah,
Okay.
I got you.
So, but I do always remember. I remember his pit meetings.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what do you remember about him? Just give us Cameron Marlar's. You were young, real young back then, even when you first started driving that front wheel drive. But you were at the racetrack before then, even.
Oh yeah, he's always. What do you tell people? If you don't like it, buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, he. I don't know. I don't really remember that much. I guess he was pre-Facebook era, so like.
Yeah.
Like I don't really remember how his promoting or anything was.
Yeah, definitely a different era back then. You didn't have social media and all that stuff to, it seems like there's not a lot of surprises these days. You got videos of pictures of everybody, and back during that time, you didn't have a whole lot. I mean, I see pictures and things of him, the stuff that Brandon posts, but like not a bunch.
Yeah.
Kind of see the same 3 or 4. It seems like.
Yeah, I always like that. I like old pictures, especially Throwback Thursday that Dirt on Dirt does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do too, man. It's it's a lot of fun. It really is. But I guess I don't even remember who it was, but somebody made him mad one night. I don't know what they did, but he was old school and he was fun. I do have a few memories of him. Just like to listen to his drivers' meetings, like you said, and that kind of stuff. But somebody, I don't know what they did. But anyways, they were leaving the racetrack, and I remember Harold he was chasing them like down the drive out of the racetrack, trying to run them down. He was a tough guy, man. I imagine he's a guy you wouldn't want to mess with too much. He didn't seem like the kind of guy that would take too much crap,
No, and heck, Brandon's that way, really.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Brandon was pulled straight out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, yeah. They're a lot alike. Brandon even said that on his post, so.
Yeah,
That's
when he'll make a statement or say something, he said that sounds like something Dad would have said, 20 years ago or whatever.
Yeah. 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 He Brandon might not have quite a heavy hand as Harold had. I think he's a little bit. I mean, I'm not calling him soft or anything. He might get on to me about that. I'm not saying he's soft, but I don't know if he's quite as hard as Harold was, from my memories. But that's just my memory talking there.
Brandon's one of them. He takes a lot till he'll finally explode. It's built up, I guess.
He does, yeah, he does. He tries. He does. He tries. But I tell you what, sometimes people will push you to a point where it's hard to not get to that point. So.
Oh yeah, they push you on purpose to see how far you'll go.
Yeah, they do. Well, man, I appreciate you. I know you're busy. You're probably still trying to get that car ready and got a lot of things going on. I'll let Wes say whatever he wants to say, but I got one last question for you. I ask this a lot, but I always enjoy hearing the answers. So, $15,000 to win coming up. Of course, $5,000 on Friday night, but $15,000 on Saturday at Lake Cumberland. You're running second. You got a chance to throw a slider for the win. It might not exactly be a clean one. Are you settling for second, or are you going for it all? Harold Hardgrove Memorial, $15,000. You throwing the slider and putting on a show, or are you going to settle for second?
If Skyler's leading, he's getting dumped.
I like that even better. Yeah, I should have put it that way.
Yeah.
I like that even better.
I know. I'll. Oh yeah. If it comes to last lap, we get a good run off of 2, and we're throwing a Hail Mary. We're going through the infield. We're throwing sparks off the floor.
I like it.
Yeah,
I do.
I do
That's what
too.
I want to see. All right,
I
Wes,
do
you got the
too.
final shot right here. We get him off here and let him
Well,
get back to work.
we just really appreciate you coming on here, and we've had you and Mikey and Skylar. Now we got to have David on, and hopefully get to come down maybe this winter when things slow down for a second, and do a show from the Marlar compound, impound, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I know you got a lot of sponsors that help you, throughout the year, and just want you to give a shout out to those.
Well, this week we've got Rayburn, Row Racing Engines, Trackmaster Graphics. But all seriousness, no, we
That's
got
cool.
Greg Curl and his family. He lets us have a good race car and go racing. And obviously, my mom and dad, Bill Steen, Longhorn, Clements, Extreme Flooring, a bunch of product sponsors. Couldn't do it without everybody.
Yeah. Awesome, man. It
Yeah,
really
it
is. Well, yeah, Cameron, thank you a bunch for coming on here, man. It's been fun. Can't wait to see you this weekend. Good luck.
Well, that'll work. We shall be there.
Yeah. Good luck, buddy.
All right.
See you,
Appreciate
buddy.
it. See
All right.
See ya.
Cameron Marlar here on Dirt Racing and the Bluegrass Live. So nice of him to take time out of his busy week, because, like I said, I mean, this is a big one, man, and I know those guys are busy. Just you can see it right there in the shop, a bunch of them getting things ready for what will be what we got. Friday night's going to be here real quick, man. So they're busy, got a lot going on.
This is Wednesday night. You got tomorrow night, and then be there on Friday. So a lot of finishing touches. I'm sure a lot of our drivers are in the shop, getting everything ready, going over last second stuff, and making sure everything's ready to rip on Friday and then on Saturday. So Can't wait, man. Gonna be a awesome show at Lake Cumberland Speedway on Friday night, Saturday night. Hunt the Front Series comes to town.
Yeah, absolutely. It will, and we say this a lot. I mean, I'll admit it. We are homers. I would love, personally, the outcome to be there on Saturday night. Just, man, how cool would it be? You got those guys, Brandon Overton, all those guys we just talked about coming in, and to see one of our local guys be able to take that 15,000, hold down home turf there at Lake Cumberland Speedway. Perfect world, that's what I want to see this weekend. I want to see them take the whole 20, man, take it both nights. Somebody, anybody. I don't care. They're all my favorite. Just somebody local, Cameron, any of those guys. I want to see any of them win it.
And here's one of those things. I mean, you've got your touring series. You got Lucas Oil and World Outlaws running this weekend. But here's the thing: you don't know who's going to show up.
No.
Friday and Saturday night, big money on the line. People wanting to find a big show, Hunt the Front Series. State of Kentucky drivers, regional drivers.
Yeah.
Lake Cumberland Speedway, Burnside, Kentucky's the place to be.
Yeah.
Who knows who'll show up?
Yeah.
But I'm like you. Right. I want to see one of our local guys get the win, sweep the weekend. That would be great.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you. I hope that happens. I really do. It's going to be fun to watch and see what happens though this weekend for sure. Well, let's go ahead with our Keltner Contracting weekend outlook. We got that, like I said, 5,000 to win Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series on Friday night, and then 15,000 to win on Saturday night. It's a 2-day show there this weekend for the Harold Hardgrove Memorial. Also, the first time that they've had that Brandon there for the Harold Hardgrove that I'm aware of, that he's had it as a 2-day show. I know he talked about it. A lot last year, like early on, that he kind of had this plan. He wanted to have 5,000 to win so that everybody would be able to show up Friday night, race, have a good 5,000 to win purse there on Friday night, and then come back for that 15,000 to win there on Saturday. And really, those 2-day shows, man, they're so much fun. I mean, you got the option, you could go camp, you could do whatever, and kind of have 2 really good days of racing there. I think it'll be a great show too with those Hunt the Front drivers, and then like you said, whoever else decides to show up, because it's just hard to tell.
Yeah, and I was looking at it as far as like their series drivers. Ashton Winger won the Hill Tour race there last year.
Yeah.
So he's probably, I'd say, the only one of their, series drivers that's raced there or had success. So that's interesting. You got a lot of guys, maybe their first ever trip to the red clay there at Lake Cumberland Speedway. So that throws a different little twist into it to look forward to and see what they think of our little track here in Burnside.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it'll be fun to see how that shakes out because, yeah, I mean, like you said, a lot of those guys don't have experience there on that particular track. Of course,
Right.
I think with them because they've traveled so much, I don't know how much that means these days, but it has to mean some. It has to make some difference when you got other guys that have several laps around that place or raced on it their whole lives. Like Cameron, being very young, starting there in a front wheel drive.
Right.
So not sure how much, like I said, it's kind of hard to tell how much of a difference that makes with the way things are today and how much experience these guys have on all kinds of different tracks, but it'll be fun to find out. So can't wait to see this weekend. Check out the Lake Cumberland Speedway Facebook page, though. They've got all the details there on everything with that event. I know they're running, I believe, crates, open wheels, Crown Vics, and mini stocks there. I think that's right, but double check me on that. Go to their Facebook page, hobby stocks too. So go to their Facebook page. Yeah,
it's big money throughout all classes. For this weekend, so should be an awesome weekend.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And then Friday night, also you got Mountain Motor Speedway, 800 to win, 4 cylinders, plus a regular show for their other divisions over there at Mountain Motor Speedway on Friday night. Saturday, you got the 4th annual Mike Carver Memorial, 1,000 to win KDRA Super Stocks at Mud Lick, plus other classes racing there as well. A regular show at Willard Speedway, and then Fan Appreciation Night at Florence Speedway coming up on Saturday as well. So other events there around the state going on this coming weekend. All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and get to the DirtmanDiecast.com Steak Dinner Pick'em Challenge. Where are we on this thing? Where are we at?
I think it's 6-3.
All right, so we're 6-3. I closed the gap a little bit here. I'm at least we're almost to the end of the year. I'm at least making a show of this thing. But this weekend, another chance. I've kind of been like, man, why is it that we've been so bad at the DirtmanDiecast.com Steak Dinner Pick'em Challenge? Like last year at this time, I'm pretty sure we both had like close to 20 points. I mean, we were picking winners every weekend, it seemed like.
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. We've had a lot of rainouts.
Well, we have had a lot of rainouts. That hadn't helped. You're right about that. We have had a lot of rain, but we can't blame it all on the rain. I mean, it ain't been all rain. I think part of it is across the board, man, like the competition is better this year. Like in every class, if you think about it, last year I feel like it was a little easier sometimes to pick the winners in all classes because we try to do all classes throughout the show.
Yeah.
Last year it seemed like there were stretches where drivers would win, certain drivers would win a whole lot. So honestly, it was a little bit easier. Whereas this year, in every class, man, like no one's really dominated this year.
That's
if you
true.
think about it, which is a good thing.
It is a good thing. More competition. And that's what Cameron said. The more that shows up, the tougher the competition, the more fun the racing action is, and especially for the competitor and the fan, because when the big boys show up, especially you want to defend your home turf. But even on the weekly shows, you never know who's going to show up. Depends on who's racing. Other tracks across the state, or if they're canceled. I mean, who knows? You definitely got a lot of good cars in all the classes, and that better competition makes it makes it better for the fans as well.
Yeah, it definitely does. And then the other thing that I've noticed this year, too, that I think's made it a little bit harder on us. We talked about before, it's funny because back in the day, it seemed like part of the fun of going to a race, for me at least, back in the day, like pre-Facebook, was you never know who was going to be there. I mean, it seemed like part of the fun of going to the racetrack was, and I always, we were too poor to go to the pits growing up, so we always sat in the grandstands. So part of the fun was once they started hot laps and you'd see people pulling out on the track, especially like at Richmond, because you couldn't, you can't see from the grandstands who's back in the pits. So part of the fun was seeing who came out of those pits to see who was there and hoping that your favorite driver would be there.
Right.
In the social media world, websites and all that stuff, it seems like it's been easier in the past to like know exactly where everybody's going to be.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason this year, it seems like it hasn't been that way. Like people just show up somewhere and race, and you never know where they're going to go.
Yeah, and there's a lot of options too.
There's a lot of options. Yeah, that's part of it.
And that's the thing. I mean, if we were there at the track and you could pick off of who showed up, it'd make it a lot easier. But this way, it gives a little extra challenge because heck, you don't know who's going to show up.
Yeah,
it don't matter what class you're picking.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I had people texting me last week for the Butterball saying, man, who all you think's going to be there? Like, is there a list anywhere? And it's like, I have no idea. I mean, I can tell you it's going to be a good field. Like, there's going to be some good drivers there. I have no doubt about that. But, like, for whatever reason, these drivers seem like are kind of holding it close to their chest about where they're going this year or if they're going anywhere, and it's just hard to know who's going to be where. So that's just kind of part of a change that we're seeing here. But I tell you what, they're really making it hard on us. I wish they'd straighten up because it's getting hard on us. They're making us look bad on this State Dinner Pick'em Challenge. So. All right, let's go Friday night, Lake Cumberland Speedway, 5,000 to win, Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. I'll take first pick since I'm still losing, have been all year, just can't seem to catch up. For the very reason you said earlier, Ashton Winger, the only driver with the series that I know of that's made laps around Lake Cumberland Speedway, won the Summer Nationals race there last year. I think that first night probably makes more of a difference than anything. Like, I think by Saturday night it's going to be equal. I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah.
But I think Friday night it does make a little bit of a difference. And I think Ashton Winger, unfortunately, because I want to see a local guy win it, I think, unfortunately, Ashton Winger gets it done on Friday night.
All right. Well, on Friday night, I'm going with Winfield, Tennessee's Cameron Marlar. I think Cameron gets it done on Friday night. I really do. I really do. Throwback scheme of his dad's last late model car.
It'd be so cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
I'm going with Cameron. He gets the win on Friday night.
Okay. You're leaving Skylar out there. Now, you had the options. You going with Cameron over Skylar?
I did.
Right.
Okay. Sure did.
All right. So I think it's a good pick. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, like I said, he's been good this year. That's his home track, and so that's a good pick for sure. All right, Saturday, 15,000 to win, Lake Cumberland Speedway, Harold Hardgrove Memorial. I'll let you have first pick on this one.
Saturday night, I'm going to go with Josh Rice.
Okay.
Win the 15,000.
All right, Josh Rice, Saturday night, $15,000 richer. It's a good pick, too. I did notice, Wes, that he has basically seems like he has committed to the Longhorn. I don't know if you noticed, but
I did.
It looks to me like all of his rocket stuff's for sale on Facebook, so I know he spent some time testing there, and so I think he's committed to that Longhorn now, it seems like.
I think he is. But it still wouldn't surprise me that a rocket wouldn't be in the trailer.
I know, man. He might have it there on Friday night if things don't do good, go good there for you.
He might pull a North-South 100 and run the prelim night on Friday night with the Longhorn. If things don't go the way he wants to, he may switch over and run that Rocket on Saturday. Who knows?
Yeah,
but I think, like you said, I think he is. I think he's all in on this Longhorn deal, and we'll be anxiously awaiting to see, how he transitions to that car. We talked a little bit to him there about the switch. On Friday night there at the North-South 100 when we interviewed him. So that's exciting. I mean, he's always been in the Rocket car for most of his career. Kind of tested a little bit in the Longhorn, but solely running that Rocket chassis. So big things happening in the Josh Rice camp.
Yeah, it is exciting. As bad as I want to win this Steak Dinner Pick'em Challenge, that's first and foremost. I want to win this thing. I'm a competitor. I can't help it. I'll even start changing the rules if I have to try to get this thing a little bit closer. But yeah, I tell you, I can't make two picks without picking one of our local drivers, and I really truly believe there's a really good shot, just like you said, for this to happen. I mean, it's not a long shot by any means.
Not. No.
Cameron Marlar, $15,000 richer on Saturday night there at Lake Cumberland Speedway. He's been really good this year, man. Like every time I've seen him out, he's been really good. I think he's got as good a shot as anybody on Saturday night.
Everywhere he's went this year, he's been good. He's had a really good 2024 season.
He has. So, like I said, if any of our locals win it, I'll be tickled to death. I really will.
Sure
and I'll
will.
be happy either way. But that would be exciting to see any of them. So, yep, there you go. All right, Wes, we got one more thing we got to get through here. All right, Roberson, I've made you wait for a long time here, buddy. You've hung in there with me. We're going to give you last word right here, last pick. Tell us, who's your pick this weekend at Lake Cumberland?
Brandon Overton, Big Sexy.
Big Sexy, Brandon Overton.
Sexy Brandon
like
Overton.
See, I made you wait, Roberson, because I really feel like a part of our issue, I'm going to blame you a little bit. A lot of times we give you first pick, and you're a pretty good picker, so I think you've stole some points from us this year. So I made you wait till the end this time. Maybe we can get some points, me or Wes, one in the Steak Dinner Pick'em Challenge.
Yeah, he's actually got more points than you do this year, Josh.
He probably does.
You might be buying him one too.
Yeah, I don't doubt it one bit. I might have to buy 2 steak dinners, yeah, because you've racked them up. All right, buddy. Are you going to be there this weekend? We're going to see you or what?
I might be going to Mud Lake.
Okay,
Might be
Mud
going
Lake.
to Mud Lake. Okay.
Well, there you go. All right, buddy. We'll see you on down the road. Thank you for calling in.
See you, Roberson.
And I go with Tyler Collins to win it.
Oh, at Mud Lick, the 1,000 to win. Tyler Collis. Okay. I got you, buddy. Sounds good. Have a good evening. Thank you for calling in. All right. That's our buddy. You know what? We can count on him. He calls every show. And sometimes I'm not able to get to him. I try to every chance I get. But I wasn't giving him first pick. Wasn't giving him first pick. So that is what it is.
He has. He's definitely stole some points this year.
Yeah, he really has, man. I tell you what, he's tough to beat. So, especially when he gets first pick every time. So, well, it's been another fun show. I really do appreciate Cameron Marlar for jumping on here with us. All the drivers that take time out of their lives to come on here and talk to us, it really means a whole lot. I know they've got a lot of other things they could be doing, so we appreciate him jumping on here with us. It's just it's so much fun to talk to them, and especially ahead of a big event like this for him. One that I've said before, I think he's got a real good shot to win it. He really does. So looking forward to it.
Yep, gonna be a really fun weekend.
Yeah, it will be. Thanks everybody for watching. We've had a pretty good crowd on here tonight, man. Considering that flow racing, I kind of surprised me. It kind of jumped up there a little bit. So we appreciate everybody jumping on here and giving us somebody to talk to. It's been a fun show. We'll see you this weekend. I think we'll be at Lake Cumberland. Can't wait to see everybody there. It's going to be fun. We'll see you at the races.
See you guys.